Today is October 2nd, 2023. Just an update on the avocado trees growing here. The Lambhas is doing good. It dropped a lot of fruit earlier August and July. Lost a lot of fruit, but it held on to a few. I haven't counted them. It has a few hidden in here though, and it's doing well. The leaning tower of Lambhas. Keep trying to straighten her out, but it's kind of doing what it wants to do, and it just keeps growing and growing. Haven't topped it yet. Really thinking about it though. We'll see. This is a lamb. Look at some of the little fruit in there, hanging in there. There's another one here. They're all hidden. It actually has quite a few on top, up high. There's some more in there. More there. There's a few on the bottom. There's some back there. There's another one there right next to that. The lower branches have none. Oh, there's another one there. So, but the lower, anything on the lower has zero avocados, but I guess mid to upper is doing really well. Still holding avocados. But that is the Lambhas. And here we are with Pinkerton. Some growth, a lot of new growth coming out, buds here and there. But it's holding that single avocado that I was gonna clip it off, but I was like, if it's gonna hold it, it's gonna hold it. So I left it on. Anyhow, it's growing. It's growing slowly, but it's growing. Looks real nice and full. It's starting to get bushy. But that's the Pinkerton. Let me pan over here to the Charwell. This one looks kind of the same. I guess it is a little bit bushier, but no avocados on this guy this year. No flowers either. So, but it's getting bushier. Hopefully, it'll get a little bit more of a growth spurt. It's kind of in the shade of this big old guy right here. I think it's a pepper tree. I'm not exactly sure, but anyhow, that's the Charwell. So now I came over to the Gwen. This is a Gwen. This is a Gwen. That's the Esther, and that is a lamb. That these are all doing well. I put them out in the dappled sunlight, I want to say, right next to the reed, which dropped. Oh, this thing, it dropped so much fruit. There's my lime tree, but we're not doing a video about limes. We're doing about avocados. That the reed, it had a lot of fruit set, and it was dropping fruit like mad up until, geez, I want to say like 2 weeks ago. It was still dropping fruit, and it seems like it finally stopped. And I want to say there might be 5 fruit hanging on it compared to last year, which it held 9 fruit. But anyhow, it's just for whatever reason it doesn't feel like holding on to its fruit. But this is the reed. Still looking good, looking bushy. So it still has a long ways to go. It's still a fairly small tree. You know, it was growing up, but it just decided to start growing sideways instead. The branches leaned over sideways, so I may need to restake it. I'm not sure. It's still doing fine though. Um, tree trunk. Tree trunk isn't growing very thick. It's, I want to say it's almost the same, but it is getting bushier. So we'll see. It looks healthy. Looks like a healthy tree overall. But anyhow, this is the reed with only like 5 avocados hanging. Alright. So here we are with the bacon. The bacon got a little trim the other day. I cut one of these branches that it like grew massively, like not massive, but it grew so fast. It was growing to the side. It was reaching over to this lime tree over here. Sorry for that quick pan. But this is a very, very fast growing tree. I think it's gonna outgrow the lamb. It just I don't know. It just keeps growing and growing. It's geez. Well, I want to say 9.5, 10 feet tall. It's growing super fast, but it's looking healthy. It has this bottom branch that grew out. I didn't cut it just because it was holding avocado, so it wasn't like a sucker or anything, but the main one overtook it again. So, but it's looking super healthy. It's I don't know, going fast. The tree trunk on this, let's see if I could get under here to see the tree trunk. The tree trunk is growing. It doesn't look very thick, but it's way thicker than the reed we just looked at before this. And this was planted last year with I want to say it was the size of like a pencil, a finger when it was planted. And this thing's looking great though. And this is actually in clay soil there. It's doing great. Let me pan over to the Carmen. The Carmen's getting watered. Let me move the water here. And this is the Carmen. Carmen's doing great as well. It oh, that sun flare. Let me see if I could get over this way. So this shot up as well. Has 2-3 branches growing kind of vertically, and this hasn't dropped any avocados. It's still holding quite a few for such a small tree, and it's looking good though. That's the Carmen, and from being a discounted beat up tree, it's doing really well. Lot of avocados hanging on it though. I'm not sure of how many, but I want to say maybe more than a dozen avocados for such a small little tree. And it's growing like mad. A lot of new growth and just turning bushy, really bushy. I need to go, actually I need to buy some fertilizers, start fertilizing them for fall, and then maybe not until spring again, or maybe winter I'll refertilize them again. But I do need to refertilize these. But yeah, they're looking good. That's the Carmen. So I'm here with gem avocado. Very full, bushy. I cut off 2 big branches, those ones that were on the bottom. They were getting wilted with the sun, like big time, even though it was watered, and it got too hot and they were still getting wilted. The good news on this is I thought it only had 1 avocado and it has 2. So, but this is the gem avocado tree. It's looking good. A little bit bushy. Well, more leaves, I would say. Just it looks bushier. Not a whole lot of growth, but just plenty of leaves though. Didn't grow straight up. So we'll see what it looks like in spring. Everything starts growing again. But we're coming into fall. And like I said, it has 2 avocados hanging, which I'm very happy about. I only thought it had 1. I was all disappointed with this tree. Well, just because it fruited so much, but it dropped every last avocado just about, except for those 2 that are hanging. It's the gem. Alright, well, that's my update. I skipped September, so there was not much going on other than I trimmed the trees a little bit. But it's October update on the avocados. So make sure you guys water. It's going to be hot and this coming week. So that last part of summer still trying to hang in there. Hopefully it's the last heat wave. But anyhow, have a good one, guys. Water those trees.